Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The e-commerce minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's e-commerce minute, episode 327.
In today's episode, CommerceHub's last mile big ticket delivery solution.
CommerceHub, a leading provider of hosted integration, dropship fulfillment, and product content management for brands, has announced a new service called Active Delivery Management. Active Delivery Management is an enterprise delivery management solution designed to streamline the last mile delivery process of large or bulk merchandise via white glove, curbside, or in-home delivery. The service allows retailers to offer better customer experiences on deliveries across an expanded assortment of items that are logistically and operationally complex to deliver. Typical items would include large, bulky items like furniture, exercise equipment, and high-end electronics. Retailers using Active Delivery Management can leverage a network of carriers and centralized delivery tracking while providing enhanced visibility and control of the end-to-end fulfillment process, including customer communication to reduce operational costs and improve customer experience. Highlights include visibility into shipment tracking and exception management, improved carrier network collaboration centralized in one place, automatic and proactive customer communication via delivery notifications and alerts, branded pages for scheduling and tracking deliveries to create a customer experience that's on brand, carrier performance metrics, and dynamic reporting dashboard to efficiently monitor delivery operations. Mike Amend, Chief Operating Officer, CommerceHub, said in a press release, quote, "With Active Delivery Management, retailers and brands can better capture new revenue growth opportunities in product categories that require complex delivery orchestration, such as furniture, appliances, and exercise equipment." CommerceHub's new service looks to fill the needs for those retailers who have struggled with last-mile solutions with delivery services of challenging but profitable big-ticket items. CommerceHub provides integration and fulfillment services to both online and brick-and-mortar retailer distributors and supplier companies such as Sears, Kohl's, Costco, QVC, Staples, Best Buy, Meijer, Walmart, Walgreens, Dell, Toshiba, Sanyo, Minolta, Gateway, Little Tikes, and the ever-popular and more. CommerceHub.
And more.
And more. And the ever popular and more.
So it's a logistics week here at e-commerce minute.
Sorry about all the logistics stories. I thought this was kind of interesting because we always talk about the last mile problem in delivery. And I think these guys fill a niche. Now, the problem is you have a big ticket item. You don't want to spend all your money on delivery, but you also want to make the customer happy. So how do you feel about this, Bart?
Good, because we've seen big ginormous things being bought online and then trying to get them delivered.
Do you have any scenarios you would like or anecdotes that you would like to relate?
Unnamed client of ours.
This is what I wanted to hear. So now let's get real. Let's do real talk. Real talk, starring Bart Mraz. Let's use like real world example of how something like this could help or hurt.
Well, one of our clients produces weights and for home gyms and big gyms, and that's imagine getting delivery of weights or dumbbells but
they also sell the big racks and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, so the serious equipment, serious big heavy exercise equipment.
Yeah. And imagine getting that delivered or trying to pay for that delivery. The thing might be $100, but your delivery is like $500.
So how do you work around that? You just raise your price, or how does logistically a retailer work around that?
Well, for somebody like that, I mean, if you're making, if you're building your own home gym and you're buying the stuff, you're definitely paying for that delivery. A retailer's not going to do free shipping. They'll do free shipping on T-shirts, but they won't do free shipping on.
No free shipping on dumbbells.
No, you get 500 pounds of worth of gym equipment. That's dead. You're paying for that. I would not want to be that UPS driver, though.
No. So it does fill a void. We always talk about the last mile deliveries. And, as I like to read stats in this podcast, a study released last month by UShip reported that 21% of U.S. consumers who bought an oversized item had it arrive damaged. And 15%, this is really high, 15% said it never arrived at all.
That's weird. That is just strange.
So it makes sense for a retailer to use this type of solution. Again, if it cuts into your profits, I think you would rather spend the money than not have the customer get the product at all. I mean, I just want to know where this goes. If it does this 50% of product, where it additionally goes.
I mean, there's obviously, you get your UPS, USPS, FedEx, and DHL. Those guys won't really deliver ginormous, huge things. It's impossible, right? So you do like a third party, I think it's called LTL. And that's just a truck that pulls up and delivers stuff for you. And that's from a whole bunch of stores and things like that. That's usually all private, and that's all contracted out and
so the reliability varies from 0 to 100. Right?
Yeah, it depends who's delivering it, right? And, people buy up those contracts, or if it's a private driver, like there's a whole bunch of ways that getting deliveries that way. But this makes sense as a one group of, if it's secured.
So let's get back to we were talking about the delivering these big difficult items. There's another stat which I don't want to let slide. Additionally, 16% of respondents had to figure out the transportation logistics themselves. So that's like, I bought a treadmill, I don't know how to get it home. I've had that before.
Yeah, that's a bad one. I mean, if our one client actually knows how to do that, but because they deliver it every day. But yeah, if you need to call and get it on your, that makes no sense.
Yeah. So this is tough in the age of I want it now and I want it free. But as we know, there's no such thing as free shipping. It's just a matter of who pays. And that's a quote from UShip's CEO, Mike Williams. But that should be on a T-shirt. So I just have some free shipping stats here. A survey by Radio reported that 60% of respondents expected free shipping in addition to the lowest possible price. Only 23.5% were willing to pay up to $10 for shipping. But when you got something that's big, doesn't that kind of go away? Isn't there a psychological thing where it's like the bigger the item, the less expectation it is that you're going to get a friction-free delivery?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about that. That makes no sense, right? You can shop for the best product, but I mean, that's just obviously it's going to cost you to deliver.
Yeah. Well, I think Amazon just got a lot of people spoiled. I want it.
Yeah, but those guys won't deliver something ginormous for free either.
No, they won't.
Right.
All right. Pretty interesting. The company's called CommerceHub. We'll have a link to their website, and I think there's a little explainer video on our website, ecommerceminute.co. Bart, do you have anything to add?
No, I do not.
No, you do not. And that is Logistics Week for us. We're going to just go back to happy stories after this. What do we have the rest of the week? Oh, yeah, we have happy stories the rest of the week. So stay tuned. And if you like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, our podcast is available on every podcast platform imaginable, including Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, Stitcher, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media @SumoHeavy.